Hey out there and welcome. I'm Kate and I'm glad you're here. So today we have a slow and steady practice. That doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging maybe or difficult, but we're going to move more slowly than maybe we typically do here on this channel. So if you like to practice with blocks or you prefer to have a blanket nearby, grab all the things that make you comfortable, find a quiet spot, roll out your mat, and let's get moving. Okay, so we're gonna start in a comfortable seat. So you can grab a blanket if you like to sit on a blanket, and just stretch your legs out in front for a second, right? And shake out your knees and wiggle out your ankles and your toes and all that good stuff, right? Then you're gonna slide your left shin in and bring your right shin in front. Sit up nice and tall and walk your hands forward. Just gonna move into your hips for a second. So if you wanna sway a little bit side to side, and come through center and just hold here for a breath. Maybe fold a little deeper, maybe not. And then walk your hands underneath you. Come on up, and you're just gonna switch the cross of your legs. So that left shin is in front. Sit up tall and walk forward, same deal. You can let yourself rock a little bit side to side. Maybe take note if this side feels a little cranky or maybe it feels a little more open. And then come through center and maybe those hands walk forward a little more. Sitting bones root back. Take another breath. And on your next inhale, just gonna walk your hands underneath you and then pick whatever shin in front or on top feels more comfortable. Close your eyes, let your hands rest where they feel good. And settle in for a couple of breaths. So we hit a little hip stretch first, so maybe this can be slightly less strenuous to just sit. So feel your sitting bones lengthen down and the crown of your head rise up. Feel your shoulders relax away from your ears, even as the sides of your body lengthen up. It's always this play, this give and take, softening and lengthening. And let your breath deepen here for a couple of rounds. Feel yourself fill up on the inhale and soften on your exhale, letting it all go. Another deep breath in and let it out. One more deep breath in. And pause at the top. Hold. And then let it go. And then bring your breath back to its everyday, not have to think about it much breath. What? Oh, goodness. All right, and then from here, we're gonna move our way into table. So let's do it. Right? Take a second here to let your hips sway a little bit side to side. Then maybe make some circles out and around. And then switch those circles in the other direction. That's it. And then come back to center and a couple of rounds of cat and cow. Really spread your fingers. Feel where you can push into the floor. As you inhale, stretch your chest forward, let your belly drop. Exhale and pull it all in. Let up or back. Press toward the sky. Oh. Inhale, come back through. Exhale and round and work at your own pace. Couple more of these. Last one. Deep breath in. And out. And then you're going to hold that out breath. I mean, don't hold your breath, but hold your that rounded spine. You can keep breathing. Please do. Right? Then you're going to keep this kind of domed upper back. Pull your outer right hip towards your right shoulder, and then scrunch your right shoulder to your outer hip, that outer right hip. So we've got like this crunchy kind of rounded C curve happening. And those external obliques, that right side body, can start to engage here. And the left one's gonna open up. Yeah, and then inhale, bring it back through the middle, neutralize your spine for a second. And when you exhale, you're gonna round again. And then outer left hip's gonna scrunch towards your shoulder. Shoulder scrunches back toward that outer hip. For that left side body engage. The right one can start to spread open a little bit. When you inhale, you're gonna bring yourself back through the middle. Okay, from here, tuck your toes under, and you're gonna walk your hands back toward your knees. You're just gonna wake up your feet for a second. You can stay right here, hands on the floor, or you can come upright, take a breath, maybe two. Get the backs of your toes, the soles of your feet, even down into your ankles, and this is really great for, your legs in general. Okay, come on forward. Untuck your toes, tap it out. Okay, pick up your feet, roll out your ankles. Oh, because that just feels good, right? Roll in the other direction. You get all those pops and those snaps out. All right, here we go. So hands rooted into the floor, right? You want to keep pushing into the mat. So we're not just kind of like passively hanging out here, but you've got some oomph going, right? And now you're going to pull your low belly in, take this right knee, and you're going to sweep it out to the side. So we've got this hydrant pose. We're going for it. We're going for it right away. Outer left hip wants to really sag out to the left. So you want to try to do your best to keep that outer left hip hugging in. And notice what happens with your right arm. Try to keep both arms straight. Maybe that inner right thigh lifts a little higher. Maybe you're like, no, it doesn't. That's okay. We're going to keep this knee bent and sweep the leg back behind you. Zip in through your low belly. Feel your lower ribs pull towards your pubic bone here. So you got some nice core engagement. Press up through that right heel. Take a breath here. And then you're going to shift your weight to your right hand. Take your left arm, stretch it forward. Try to stay soft through the back of your neck. If you feel stable and you want to go for it, you're going to take this right leg now and stretch it straight. Oh. Yes, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze it in. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. You're gonna hold that knee in right where it is. Take your left hand back down to the floor. Take this right knee now and sweep it towards your outer right shoulder. And now from here, you're gonna see if you can maybe float that right foot above the floor, right outside your right hand. And then step it forward. Lizard. Maybe you just step it forward into lizard. It's all good. Gonna walk those hands forward a bit. Sink your hips. Relax your shoulders and take a breath or two. Oh, it's good. I know. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Feel your chest stretch away from your thumbs. Okay. Okay. Now, you're gonna sweep this right foot through center. Come onto your fingertips. Press down into your right foot, lengthen your spine. Anjaneyasana on your inhale. Now you're gonna push up. And it's the same idea. You wanna feel where your right foot, your right heel can really root into the floor. Low belly stays lifted, and then maybe the weight of your hips sink back down. So there's nothing passive about this, right? Inhale, reach up through your ring fingers. Exhale, hands to the floor. Ardha Hanuman, we're gonna slide back. Grab your blocks if you want them. Right? And just work to straighten that right leg. Keep your hips nice and square. Sitting bones reach toward the back edge of your mat. as that right heel presses toward the front edge. Yes. You got it. And when you inhale, you're gonna rock yourself forward, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Stretch your chest forward, let the weight of your hips sink down. And when you exhale, we're gonna pull back through that right hip, work to straighten that right leg. This is where blocks come in really handy. I know it's early in the practice, so we got it here. It's all good. Inhale, rock forward, stretch your chest forward. Exhale, pull your hips back and round. One more, inhale, rock forward. Exhale, pull it back. All right, we're gonna come back into the lunge. Drop your back knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in your dog and maybe move a bit side to side. All right, inhale, come on forward into your plank. And when you exhale, drop your knees, chest and chin, elbows go back, chest comes forward. Baby Cobra, launch off those toes, inhale. Exhale, release your forehead, press up through a table, stretch your hips back to your heels. Find child's pose. Let your elbows drop, let your shoulders soften, let your forehead plunk into the floor for another breath. And stay on the exhale. And then walk your hands back toward your knees. Come on up so we're sitting back on these heels for a second. Another foot stretch. Gonna lean over to the right side, grab this left knee with the left hand and peel it up. Yeah. Yep. Compress the top of that foot into the floor. And then drop that puppy. Come on over to the left side, grab that right knee and peel it up. And press the top of your foot into the mat, just a little. Add some engagement through the stretch. Yeah, you're welcome. You're gonna drop that knee. Walk yourself forward, find your table. Hips can sway a little bit side to side. Yeah. Yes. Okay, here we are. Tabletop. Left leg's gonna go out, coming into your hydrant pose. Keep that left knee bent. Outer right hip wants to blop out to the side. Keep that outer right hip lifting in and up. And flex your left foot. So now we wanna kind of just ooh up through your arms, but see if you can stay strong through your arms as well. We've got this. Sweep it back. Left knee is gonna stay bent. As you go back, keep your connection with your core. Feel your low belly drag in toward your spine and feel your low ribs kind of pull towards your belly button. Yes. Okay, shift your weight to your left hand. Take your right arm, reach it forward. Keep working this balance here. Keep this connection to your core. And now you're gonna straighten that left leg. And you can feel where in that left glute, it's really working. That's the plan here. Inhale. Elbow to knee as you exhale, round it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. One more, elbow to knee. Keep that knee drawing in. Take your right hand back to the floor. Now this left knee is gonna come to the outer left shoulder. And then we're gonna take it like we were gonna step it forward and float it here. Oh, lizard. Everything's crying out for lizard. So step it into lizard. So if you tend to just kind of loll that left knee out to the side, or you roll onto the outer edge of that left foot, maybe this time you keep that foot rooted. The ball of that left foot stays on the floor. Stretch your chest forward. And you can lower down onto your forearms if that feels like a good plan to you. You can lift your back knee if that feels like a good plan to you. Take one more breath here. Okay, and now you're gonna take this left foot and scoot it to the midline so you can come to either side of that front foot and then push into the floor like the foot was gonna do the lifting here. Yes, that's it. Keep rooting through that left foot. Feel your low belly lift away from the top of this left thigh and stretch up and reach it back. Anjaneyasana. Nice big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Ardha Hanuman, slide it back. And work those hips to square. Maybe you bonk to the right or to the left. See if you can pull your sitting bones straight back behind you. Push into that left heel. Yep. One more breath here. All right, then we're gonna rock it forward again. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Fingertips stay on the blocks or they stay on the floor. Gonna lengthen your spine as you inhale. And then exhale, pull back with the hips. Straighten both legs. Outer left hip's gonna pull away from your left shoulder. That's it. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, pull back. Rock it forward. Pull it back. And then you're gonna rock forward. Drop your back knee, plant your hands, step it back. Downward facing dog. And now we're here in the dog, right? So you want to press through the four corners of your palms. Feel where your fingertips press into the floor. Outer shoulders hug in, triceps roll in toward your ears, and then feel your sitting bones pull back. Backs of your legs are going to lengthen down. Oh, there's lots of good stuff happening here. Okay, take your gaze forward, walk or hop, Uttanasana, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into the floor, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach it up. Exhale, dive right back over those legs and fold. Oh, halfway lift, push into the floor, lengthen your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, take it back. All right, right leg's gonna lift. Inhale, keep that right hip square, roll your inner right thigh toward the ceiling. You're gonna push into your hands, glide back through your hips, and then maybe that right heel lifts a little higher. Yep, maybe a little higher. You got this. Come onto the ball of your left foot, go a little higher into that right heel. Don't hurt yourself here, but just push. Push a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, step it up between your thumbs. All right, we're going to go into warrior one. So drop that back heel. Come on up, there one. And choose whatever warrior stance works for you. If you want your feet wider, if you want your feet closer, it's up to you. It does not have to be this traditional ankle or heel to heel. It's not happening over here. So, right? Take those arms, reach them up for a moment here. Inhale. When you exhale, you're going to bring your arms down by your sides. So we got some energy reaching through your fingertips. And then slide your arms back. So you get a little puff in the chest. Shoulder blades hug in, upper back starts to engage, bend those elbows and hug them in toward each other. You can feel it, right? The juice working. Then you're going to take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and keep working that squeeze through the upper arms. Elbows still pull in toward each other. And then maybe those arms straighten, maybe not. It's all good. Feel your chest lift and then actively start to pull your hands away from each other without losing the interlace of your fingers. And breathe here. Breathe as big as you can. We're breathing big. All right. And then inhale, you're going to take your arms, reach them back up. Exhale, come into cactus with those elbows, and you're going to press back, working that upper back in a slightly different way. Tops of the shoulders work differently. Yes, hands come to prayer. Warrior three, shift forward. But wait, don't go all the way into it. Feel your weight spill into this right foot, and then press into the floor to lift yourself up and into the posture. Roll that inner left thigh toward the ceiling. Deep breath here. When you exhale, fingertips to the floor, or you can find the blocks. And now, just as we did in our down dog, you're going to roll that inner left thigh toward the ceiling. And now fire up through both hamstrings. Push the right heel into the mat. So maybe the left heel lifts a little higher. Full breath in. Lengthen your spine. And then step it way back of the mat. Here we go. Plant your hands, sweep your right leg up, kick it back, bend your knees, stack your hip, open it up. Then we're gonna bring it forward. Knee to right tricep, hug it here, and hold. I know you don't want to, but hold. Inhale, take it up and reach it back. Exhale over to this left side, same deal. I know it sucks to hold it, but you're gonna draw it over and then feel where that right hip can lift a bit. Try to make the twist work in the torso, not the hips. Up and back. Come forward, three-legged plank. You can three-legged vinyasa if you want, or you can drop your foot. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Baby cobra, or upward facing dog. And then pull it back. Downward facing dog. Okay, left leg's gonna lift. Inhale, sweep it up. Same deal, keep that inner thigh rolling toward the ceiling as best you can. Press down into the right foot to lift the left leg. Now you're gonna come onto the ball of that right foot. See if you can take that left heel even higher. Yes, nice. Inhale, and then exhale, we're gonna step it forward. Warrior one. Adjust those feet, and then come on up. Right? Square your hips. Give yourself a moment. Feel the outer edge of that right foot root down. Arms are gonna extend down. Here we go, right? You're gonna start to take those arms back. Give yourself that puff through the chest. But while you do, notice if you really start to curve in this low back, keep your pelvis kind of rocking forward a bit. Oh, okay, that's it. Elbows are gonna bend, hug those elbows in toward each other, and then take your hands behind your back. Maybe you interlace the other way. So funky pinkies on top. Lengthen down through those knuckles, lift up into your chest, and then actively start to work your hands away from each other. I know, firing up the backs of the arms. All right, inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, find cactus. You're gonna press the backs of the arms toward the wall behind you. Press the backs of your hands back. Inhale, hands to prayer. And now fold forward over this left thigh. You're gonna come onto the ball of that right foot. And now use this left leg to lift you up, Vira 3. Press the floor away. It's a different kind of feeling, right? It's different from just going. Right? We're trying to slowly work and engage that left leg. Roll your inner right thigh toward the sky. And breathe. Fingertips to the floor. Press down. Feel that right heel reach up. Inner right thigh still rolling. We're in our standing split, which doesn't look much like a split from here. And that's good. Press into that left foot. Maybe the right leg will lift even higher. Maybe it doesn't want to. Take a breath, lengthen your spine. And then step it all the way back. We're gonna sweep this left leg up, kick it behind you, down dog split, and then bend your knee, stack your hip, open. All right, square it off, inhale. And then knee to this left tricep. We're gonna hold it here. I know. Take another breath, squeeze the heel a little closer in. Up and back, inhale. Bring it across as you exhale, squeeze. You got it, up and back, inhale. And then you're gonna step the left foot forward, step the right foot forward, and just fold here. Uttanasana. Can soften those knees for a second, shake it out. All right, halfway lift, lengthen out. Let it go. Ride that in breath to the top. Inhale, reach it up. We're going right back over. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. And downward facing dog. Float that right leg up, right leg up. Keep your hips square. Reach a little higher through that right heel, inhale. Warrior one. On your exhale, step it forward. Root through those feet. Be aware of that ground underneath you. Use it to work against it, right? To keep pushing in to make you stronger, to feel that steadiness. Arms are gonna drop down to your sides. Scoop those elbows back. Lift into your chest, but keep your low belly. Keep your belly button kind of pulling up towards your rib cage now, right? Gonna bend those elbows, squeeze in, interlace your fingers, drag those knuckles down. Feel that lift through your chest. Work the hands gently away from each other. Inhale. When you exhale, we're gonna fold now to the inside of this right leg. Feel that outer right hip hug in. Feel it draw back. Yes, and then from here, we're gonna see if you can take your gaze forward. Lift your chest. We're gonna keep the arms, the fingers interlaced behind you. Shift your weight into your right foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Pause. And then start to float the left foot. Press into the floor. Straighten that right leg. Coming into your warrior three. Yes. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back. Right leg sweeps up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Oh. And then square it off. Inhale. Knee to this right tricep, hug it in and hold. Yep, up and back. To the left side, hug it in and hold. Try to keep that right hip from dipping too far. And then take your right knee to your right tricep. Come into your pigeon. Drop that shin. Lengthen up. Give yourself a moment here. When you're ready, you can come out and over. Beautiful. And while you're here, you want to relax your shoulders. Make sure your jaw's not tight. But then press into that press into your right shin. Feel it root down. And then drag your left leg forward a bit. So we're super active here. You can, almost like you could push the floor away with your legs. Stay there for a breath. And you're gonna come back onto your hands. So bring yourself up. And maybe this is a good place for you to stay. Maybe your low back feels tight, so you need to stay here. If you wanna work this deeper engagement here in your pigeon, you're gonna press down. Feel your low belly zip. Even your pelvic floor is gonna lift here. Maybe the fingertips come out to the side. Maybe those arms can reach up. Maybe they just find blocks, right? We work in small increments. Take a full breath. And then hands come to the floor. Step it back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa if you want it. Skip it if you don't. Here we go. Left leg's gonna lift. Inhale. Keep those hips nice and square. Come up a little higher through that left heel. Step it forward, warrior one. Bring it up. Legs nice and strong. Reach those arms up. Inhale. And then take them down. Shoulder blades hug in. Arms start to move their way back a bit. Got this like puffy chest action here. Low belly draws in. And then we're going to take those hands behind you again. Right? Root down through those knuckles, but feel your collarbone spread. Work those hands gently away from each other. Inhale. Exhale, fold to the inside of this left leg. Outer left hip wants to bonk out to the side, but keep it drawing in. Root firmly through your feet. Come up so your chest shifts forward a bit. We're gonna do our warrior three variation, right? So I know it sucks, we're taking our time here, it makes it harder, but you wanna shift forward, come onto the ball or the big toe of that right foot. And then with that left knee still bent, lift the right foot up off the floor and then press the floor away. Work to straighten that left leg. Deep breath here. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Keep pressing into that left foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine in your standing split. Exhale, we step it back. Plant your hands, left foot's gonna sweep up. Bend your knee, stack your hip, open here. And then square it off, inhale. And then knee to this left tricep, hug it in and hold. Feel your low belly lift. Even press into the floor around your upper back. Inhale it up and back. Exhale over to that right side. Squeeze. Bring it back through the middle. We're gonna find our pigeon. Ooh. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, come out and over. Soften through your shoulders, the back of your neck and your jaw, all that good stuff. And then root into that left shin. Drag your right thigh bone forward. Even press into the top of that right foot. And breathe. Okay, hands come underneath you. We're gonna come on up. All right, so maybe you stay here. And this is kind of working this idea of pushing into the floor. If you feel comfortable here and your low back isn't screaming, you're gonna walk your hands back a little bit, press into this left shin. Whew. Make sure everything's still back there. And then maybe you can zip up through your low belly, float your fingertips. May not happen on this side. Right? It's all good. See if those hands can come up off the floor. Feel your pelvic floor lift. Legs super active here, especially this left side. Maybe those arms go up. Inhale. Whew. Exhale, hands to the floor. Yowza. Step it back. Downward facing dog. All right, and then you're gonna take your gaze forward, walk your feet through. And come down onto your back. And draw both knees in. And rock a little bit side to side. And take your right leg, cross it over your left. And take your arms out to the sides. And then from here, you're gonna let your hips move a little bit to the left. And then drop your knees over to the right. If that feels like it's too much, you can uncross your legs. That's a lot. Up through the middle, reset your hips, and let your knees drop over to the left. Same cross. And back up through the middle. Switch the cross of your legs. Bop your hips gently to the right. Lift your knees up. And then drop the legs over to the left. Oh my goodness. And try to breathe as you sink your right shoulder to the floor. It's glorious. You got this. Come back up through the middle. Reset your hips if you need. And then slide your knees over to the right. Nothing like a good old twist. Take your gaze to the left. And then bring your knees back up through the middle. Undo the cross of your legs. Pull both knees in. Take them wide. Rock here. All right. If you have time for your Shavasana here, you can go for Shavasana. Right? We're going to drop in for just a minute. If you want to stay longer, you can. And stretch it out. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths. And then, like I said, if you want to stay here, Feel free to stay as long as you like. If you are like me and have time constraints, you're going to start to move your fingers and your toes. And draw your knees in. Roll gently to one side. And come on up. Find a comfortable seat. Pause here. Your eyes closed, bring your palms together and take a moment to bow your head and honor this time on your mat. Time well spent. Thanks for being here. I enjoy practicing with you and look forward to doing it again soon. As always, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you can know when new stuff comes your way. Make it a great day.